Brandon Gibson. I'm the director here at the Albuquerque Biopark, and thank you all for being here. This is a great day and a great celebration of art, of environmental education, and celebration of these incredible New Mexico species and New Mexico artists. So thank you all for being here. These murals are part of the Audubon Mural Project. The project really highlights climate change that threatens at least half of all of North American birds with extinction. This project began in New York City, and now over 120 murals can be found nationwide. In New Mexico, 116 birds, which is 40% of our bird species here in New Mexico, face moderately to high climate change. This is the first project installation in New Mexico and the only Audubon mural site in the Southwest. An interdepartmental collaboration within the Department of Arts and Culture with the Public Art Urban Enhancement Division and the Albuquerque Biopark to help bring this project to life. And these murals invite our zoo guests here to discover the beauty of our native birds, their habitats, and help educate our guests on how they can prevent bird extinction. We would like to thank our partners, the Bird Alliance of Central New Mexico and the National Audubon Society. The Bird Alliance of Central New Mexico is a chapter of the National Audubon Society, and they were instrumental in bringing this nationwide public art installation here to Albuquerque. We would also like to thank and recognize the Art Selection Committee as well as the Biopark staff that helped bring this to life. And we'd like to thank the artists Jade, Cruz, Donny, Kelley-Currens. These artists were chosen from more than 24 applicants. Yeah. These incredible artists were chosen from more than 24 applicants for their expressive designs, community involvement, and emphasis on the environment and their work. Both of these artists collaborated with the Bird Alliance of Central New Mexico for the birds, plants, and other elements that were incorporated into their mural designs. And now for a little more about the Audubon Society, we have John Hayes, Vice President of the National Audubon Society and Executive Director of Audubon Southwest. So, John, turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, and thank you all for being here. This is incredible. What a great turnout to celebrate birds and bird paintings and murals and wonderful green spaces in the zoo. This is awesome. So this is all about partnership for us between the City of Albuquerque, ABQ Biopark Zoo, the Bird Alliance of Central New Mexico, the National Audubon Society, and our incredible artists. I want to thank you guys again for this gift. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. The birds appreciate it. We appreciate it. The hope is that by bringing more groups, more people, more awareness to the local bird life, you'll just spark somebody's interest. Maybe a kid will walk by and ask, hey, what's that bird? Where do I see that? Or, a retiree walks by and says, hey, I've got some time. Maybe I'll go birding next weekend. It's that kind of activity, that kind of awareness that we're trying to foster with the Audubon Mural Project across the country. And almost all of these birds are under threat. In particular, that bird back there is a pinyon jay. If you don't know the pinyon jay, it's one of the fastest declining birds in North America. There's a good chance that in 20, 30 years, we might not see that bird in North America anymore. It's pretty scary stuff. Since the 1970s, about 30% of bird life has disappeared since North America. That equals about 3 billion birds. By the end of the century, our data suggests around 60% of what remains could be lost to climate change if we don't do something. And so this is not just about intriguing people and sparking interest, but it's about fostering the next generation of advocates and conservation voters and donors and land managers and agency staff. We need a generation, we need a movement to get on board to protect these species in the places they need. The City of Albuquerque is a champion there. It's a recognized bird safe city, commitment to maintaining open space. The Rio Grande is a flowing river that supports bird life. The Sandias, the incredible experiences you can have up there with rosy finches and pinyon jays and all the others. This is an incredible place to be a birder. It's an incredible place to be a bird because all you people are here and all you people care about this, okay? So thank you again. We hope that many, many people see this exhibit and come back time and time again to come visit it and say hi. And then once again, I would just one more round of applause for our incredible artists and the incredible work they've done. thank you, everybody. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, John. Thank you for your support of this project and your leadership and conservation here in the Southwest. Next, I would like to turn it over to Jade Cruz, one of our artists.
Hello, everyone. Not much of a public speaker, so I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to say, but I guess my thank you so much for the City of Albuquerque, the Audubon Society, and everybody that was a part of selecting the artist. I had a really good time painting. My inspiration came from my own love of birds. I'm not an expert or anything, but I do, it started with, just walking in the bosque and walking in the foothills and really just, paying attention to the natural world around me. Walking in silence and noticing and building a relationship with the birds that I saw. And so whenever this call came out, like I had so many people sending me this because I hate birds a lot, and I specifically hummingbirds, and I really love crows and stuff like that. So people would just send it to me, and I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. And so my inspiration really came from the importance of building that relationship with the natural world and how we relate to the natural world and birds and the ecosystem, how that does affect, has effect on, climate change or climate crisis that we're in, and even, our own natural, the bosque here and the Piñón Jade here, and thinking of the values that we bring to certain relationships. So there's words you can notice, there's like restoration, there's remembrance, there's reverence, there's reciprocity. So I wanted to highlight those values and how we relate to the natural world. So thinking of like the Piñón Jade, like they support in spreading the seed of the Piñón, and how that is a part of the ecosystem. So without them, like we not only lose them, we lose a lot of other things in the ecosystem. So I wanted just to highlight the interconnectedness of everything, and specifically like I want people to question like how am I relating to the natural world and what effect does that have? And so it's not even just about the birds either. It's just about each other. How do we relate to each other, and how do we have reverence and reciprocity with each other and all that stuff. So yeah, I really enjoyed painting here. I really got to know Hector over here, Indy over there. It was amazing. Yeah. It was a good two months of that, so I really appreciate everybody. Thank you so much.
And next up, Mr. Donny Kelley-Currens. I don't know how this works, sorry. I was on the right track. Thank you all so much for coming. It really means the world to see this many people here care about birds, public art. And I'd like to start off with saying, like, could you ask for a better place to paint a mural at? I mean, so scenic, such an amazing place. All the staff here were just fantastic. And a really special place for me, personally, the Biopark. Some of my very first memories ever have been at this zoo. And technically speaking, the very first thing I'd have a memory of, the first animal, would be those flamingos up front. So it was really kind of poetic to paint birds, of all things, at this place. My journey with this mural is pretty unique. I've been drawing and doing art as long as I've been coming to the zoo my whole life. But painting has kind of scared me for a bit. I'm used to nice, precise lines painting. There's so much, chaos, blendiness. It scared me. So after 8th grade, I think, that was the last time I really painted something. And when I saw this opportunity, it just sounded so amazing. I had to put my name in the hat. I've done a lot of other types of art, some children's books, a lot of illustration, and I said on my application, if I get this, I may not have done a mural before, but I will learn. And learn I did, and I was so fortunate to get it. And I'm really proud of how my work turned out.
You actually can't see it from here. It is on the bathrooms over there, so, you know, extremely scenic place. Possibly the most beautiful bathrooms in Albuquerque, if I'm just going to say it. Yeah, well visible. And yeah, my thought with the mural is that I wanted people to see it and see the places depicted and the birds depicted and think, wow, I've been to those places. So I feature the Bosque, which we all know and love, the top of the Sandia Mountains, and the Great Plains by Moriarty, places that have so many really cool birds. And I really wanted to bring some love to those places and bring some love to Albuquerque's birds. And in terms of what I painted, I will try to remember all 14 birds. So, we've got the spotted towhee, the northern flicker, the sharp-shinned hawk, male and female western bluebird, black... Oh wow, the pressure's on me. Black-headed grosbeak, thank you. I think that's all for that wall. And then, no, there should be one more. I shouldn't have done this live. We also have the western tanager, the mountain chickadee, the northern goshawk, the western wood pewee, I think it's pronounced, the Phrygianus hawk, sage thrasher, grasshopper sparrow, and horned lark. Don't try to count them on the playback of the video. I think I may have forgotten one. But all amazing birds, and my goal in life is to bring awareness and love to the nature we have here in New Mexico. I mean, we have the 4th most species out of any state in the United States. We truly are a special place. So whether it's through the murals I paint, the children's books I illustrate, the wildlife films I make, I want to bring love and awareness to the amazing things we have here in Albuquerque. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to show some of that love. So thank you all so much.
That was wonderful, Donny. Thank you. And last but not least, to accept these incredible murals into Albuquerque's prestigious public art collection, Kara Gordon Potter with our Albuquerque Arts Board Chair.
Since 1978, the City of Albuquerque has funded a public art program to acquire pieces for our public spaces through general obligation bonds. So we thank all of our taxpayers for making this possible. I also want to thank Jade, Cruz, and Donny Kelley-Currens for creating these fabulous murals, the Biopark, the Bird Alliance of Central New Mexico, our selection committee, and the Albuquerque Public Arts Board. Recognizing the Public Arts Board, we have Dorothy Sturmer, who is also on the selection committee, and we have Caleb Fergencheck. So thank you guys for being here. I also served on the committee, and I want to recognize the work that the selection committee did to ensure that these pieces accurately depicted the story and did it appropriately. And they really spent a lot of time ensuring that it was done right in terms of not the artwork, because that's up to the artists, and they did a fabulous job, but just that we were depicting the right thing and saying it the right way. So we thank the selection committee for all of the work they did. How many of you are here today? A few of you? Thank you very, very much. And I'm very pleased to accept these vibrant murals into our collection.
Yay.
All right, well, as one last special thanks to Mr. Matthew Carter and Allison Zom for your great work on this project as well. We couldn't have done it without you. And with that said, I hope and Miss Robin Wright, thank you. With that said, I hope you guys enjoy the murals and some of our education stations and the incredible birds here in the care of the Biopark. And let's have a wonderful day. Thank you, guys.